Coach Hill, appreciate the time, as always. Man, those 2 turnovers right there in that middle 8 of the game, no doubt, proved to be huge separators just in your eyes as you look at it. What you see is really the biggest separation in this game, a game that you guys were in there towards the tail end of the first half.
Yeah, no, I think that those were crucial. You know, the turnover right before half, you know, with a chance to go take the lead, took some time off the clock. They weren't going to have much time left, knowing that they had the ball coming out. And just, yeah, that middle 8 proved to be the difference. We were really moving the ball. I don't know if we went 3 and out all night. And so, yeah, I think just critical situational football cost us. That's what we just talked about, right? That the turnovers were crucial. And then, you know, in that middle 8, we got them to third down multiple times. The 3rd and 8, the 4 verts that they ran, we just got to find a way that can't happen, right? That we got to be able to match a turnover like when we took the lead. They went 3 and out. We got the ball back. We went and scored. We took the lead back, and so it's unfortunate. But like I told those guys, that's on us. Like that's 4 lost fumbles in the last two weeks, and that's not a winning formula. You know, all those guys don't want to fumble, but we went a long stretch without putting it on the ground, and that's what I told them. Like you got to go re-earn that every game that you come out here, and it's. Yeah, it's unfortunate. We got to learn from this as far as just we got to sit in this, right? We got to sit in the flight. Great competitors can let this fuel you. It's not a good feeling getting in that locker room with the team that came up here, and I wholeheartedly believed, and I think we proved when we came out of the gates and the competitive edge that we had to win this football game. And when it doesn't, we can't let this we can't let this loss beat us again. We got to come back in here on Sunday afternoon and get right back to work. There's going to be a lot of good on the film that we see, and we got to build on that. And then we got to get some things corrected that are costing us.
Nick, for 28 minutes and 37 seconds of that first half, complimentary football was exactly what you were playing. You were getting nice drives offensively. Defense was coming up with nice stops and forcing them to be a little bit uncomfortable. What did you like about how the defense was playing in that first everything but the final 113?
Yeah, I think, it was going to be back and forth. Look, we weren't going to hold them to 0 points, right? They've got a great team and a great offense, and we're on the road here. So we've got to keep swinging. That's what we talked about all week, and we talked in the hotel last night. It's about any great fight that you watch, like, you got to take a few blows, and then you got to get back to your corner, and you got to come out swinging. And I felt like we did that, and then they gained the momentum. We've been up here before, and that's what happened. That's why the game when they sacked DJ, you know, I told myself all week not to let them talk me into a call in 3rd and 10, just because you know what's going to happen when you're able to. They got a great blitz package. And didn't set us up right there. But that's what happens. They get 2-score leads, 3-score leads, and then this crowd takes over, and it's hard to come back from them on here. And that's what I was proud on the guys. Like I thought we ran the ball efficiently all night. I don't know how many. No, that's not an official stat, but it's one that we look at a lot. Is just no negative runs, and the line of scrimmage was moving. I felt like that was the plan offensively as far as staying ahead of the chains, and so. You know, 22 first downs, 17 points. We didn't get that big explosive play for a touchdown that we've been getting. And so moving the ball, they beat us in the time of possessions and still having 22 first downs. We got to find an explosive in there to break it open.
Coach Hill, as you mentioned, and you've said it time and time again, what's great about being in this league is you just get another opportunity. And you'll have another opportunity next week at home against North Dakota. You see these guys each and every day. You're with them. You virtually live with them this time of year. What gives you the confidence as their leader that you know they're going to respond to this in the right way?
Yeah, I don't even question that at all. You know, I hear the guys talking right there in the locker room, DJ talking, you know, Shug and Bohannick and those guys competing, and these guys will come back, right? This game right here won't define our season, or we can't let it define our season. You know, if you look at these guys last year, they lost to They had 2 losses. Obviously lost the FBS game, but then South Dakota, that was a tough loss for them. And but they responded and went and won the national championship. You can look at Ohio State doing the same thing in FBS, right? Tough loss.
Yep.
If teams if it lets it fuel you, and you get things corrected and you come back to work, then you know, in FCS, right? You've got to use these things to grow as a team, and I'm confident in the guys in the room, right? That this is part of a season, and we haven't had a ton of adversity, you know, a little bit at Purdue, but then you've got the FBS Big Ten deal, and so this is in our conference, and we've got to use it in the right way.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate the time.
All right, appreciate it.
Once again, that was head coach Nick Hill. Join us from the field. His interview was brought to you by Sam C. Mitchell Law.